Welcome fight fans to my channel. This is Johnny, and in today's video we're going to be going over the statistics that nobody talks about when mentioning this weekend's title fight in Philadelphia with Jaron Ennis putting his belt on the line against the Russian David Evanishin. Guys, we know what the power of a great promoter could either do for one's career in boxing or what they could hold you back as a boxer in the sport. Now, it's only been a few months since Jaron Ennis has signed with Matchroom Boxing, and within that short time, Eddie Hearn and the promotion has built a card, a homecoming around Jaron Ennis in his hometown of Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. That card takes place this weekend. Jaron Ennis, the newly crowned IBF 147-pound champion, is taking on grizzled veteran David Evanishin. And in this video, I want to talk a little bit about some stats that you might not be aware of from Jaron Ennis' side in terms of what he's going to be up against with Evanishin, and also how he should look or how we should prepare to see him look in this fight this weekend.
Not only are we bringing big-time World Championship boxing back to Philadelphia, but we're doing it with a young man that may be the very best in the entire sport.
If we look up in the dictionary the word litmus test, what you're going to find is a definition reading something along the lines of a good comparison to one's skill set, or a test or a sequence of events to see where you are in your career. Now, this weekend, the litmus test refers to Jaron Ennis because his opponent, David Evanishin, has fought an opponent in which everybody over the last few years has compared Jaron to, and of course I'm talking about Terrence Crawford. But the similarities and parallels don't end there. What I want to talk about first is Jaron Ennis. Going into the fight, we know he's going to be 31-0 with 28 knockouts. He carries into the ring a 90% knockout to win ratio. When we look at David Evanishin, he has a career record of 30-4. He's only been stopped 2 times. Both of those losses by knockouts were by career heavy punchers. One was Terrence Crawford, who has a 77% career knockout to win ratio, and the other one was the Lithuanian power puncher, Mean Machine, who has a career 78% knockout to win ratio. Now we know Terrence Crawford knocked out Evanishin, Mean Machine knocked out Evanishin, and we know Bud knocked out Mean Machine. So all we can really do at this stage of the career of Jaron Ennis is to compare him to past opponents, that's what we're doing here, with somebody that he would eventually like to take on for supremacy, and obviously that's Bud Crawford. Now, going into this fight, Evanishin, other than those 2 losses, he's lost to Andrei Klimov early in his career, another common opponent of Terrence Crawford, and his only other loss is to American standout Lamont Peterson. So when we look at the fight going on this weekend, one would have to think Jaron Ennis is going for the knockout. If he can knock the 35-year-old out, people won't say he shouldn't have, or people really won't be surprised if he does, because we would say Bout is a knockout artist and Evanishin's 35 in the twilight of his career. It's going to come down to how Bout looks. We haven't seen him in over a year since his last knockout of Roman Villa, and Evanishin hasn't been that busy either. Since he lost to Terrence Crawford via knockout, he took on an opponent with 55 losses, and that was his last victory, a guy with a career record of 11-55. So we also know that Evanishin took this fight on short notice. Bout's original opponent was Cody Crowley. He had to pull out due to an eye injury, and in steps the Russian. All in all, the one thing we can look forward to, the narrative in my opinion, which will play the most factor in the moving forwards of Jaron's career, is going to be how he looks against Evanishin. Can he get Evanishin out of there? Will he beat Evanishin, and will he knock him out? All these questions will be answered come the weekend, and stay tuned to the channel. Later on in the week, I'm going to do my prediction video and tell you guys where to put your money at.